Okay guys, and welcome to the video. This is a highly requested video judging from the comments and the poll I released last week. I'm going to be giving my top 8 points of analysis from my subscribers' face rating video. So for the 10 of you that didn't watch it, you don't need to go watch it to watch this video. I offered a service to my subscribers, they could pay me, and then I go to the university campus over there and get ratings for them. 10 ratings out of 10 from university girls, and the video was successful, and I'm going to be giving my breakdown, my brutal truths of what was uncovered in that video, and these are quite brutal. So getting into the first one. The average man is a 3 out of 10. The average man is a 3 out of 10. I told you these are going to be brutal. You can look at the ratings that I've got on the screen here. This was shown in the last 30 seconds of the video, where I calculated the average that each man who submitted their images got from the women. And you can see 2.6, 3.8, mostly 3s, some 4s, some 2s, a couple 5s. So most guys are getting a 3 out of 10 from these women. And for those that watch the video, even if you look at the comments, most of the people were saying, yeah, these women are really going hard, because most of the guys were pretty average. There was a couple above average guys, a couple below average, but most of them were, middle down the road average guys, but they still got ratings of 3 out of 10 from most of the women. So this shows how women really feel about men, how much desire they actually have for the average guy. And I've been saying this for ages now, that women's desire only really starts to become genuine and they get attraction for you once you reach the top 20% of guys. And if we look at the bottom thing that I've got on the slide here, the grand average, so this is the average of all of these averages, 160 ratings in total from the video, was 3.78. So the average man is a 3 out of 10. Number 2, all ratings 5 out of 10 and below round down to 0. I'll play this clip because it articulates exactly what I mean by this point perfectly.
He has like a kind face, but I wouldn't say I find him personally very attractive.
He has a kind face, but I wouldn't say I find him personally very attractive. That sums up exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, this guy Adam, in this particular rating from this woman he got here, he got a 5 out of 10. He got put in the friend zone. And from there, judging from the previous side as well, if we compare it to that, he might be thinking, oh yes, I got a 5 out of 10. That's 2 points better than what the average guy got. I got a 5. No, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter that he's halfway there and he got a 5 out of 10. In fact, as I made the video, once I made the sign, I realised I should have just had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 for the first 5 ratings, because anything 5 or below, they're all basically the same thing. It's a woman saying that she doesn't actually have any desire for you. There's no physical attraction there. She might friend zone you, she might keep you around for whatever gestamaxing purposes as a nice guy, but there is no romantic interest. So all things 5 and below are 0. It's only once you reach 6 or above, but realistically 7, where a woman starts to find you attractive. So you always got to remember that. Number 3, niche maxing is an extremely powerful tool. So we're going to be taking a look at these two guys here. I made a video with men's maxing about a year ago, where it was a similar concept. It wasn't out of 10 ratings, but it was asking them which category they would place the man in. And if we contrast it to this guy, Evan, he's not niche max at all. And what I mean by niche maxing, I made an entire video on this, but to give the 10-second summary, it basically means a unique trait or characteristic you have which some women are going to find really attractive and really desirable, but the vast majority of women are not going to like. They're going to detest it. And this guy, Evan, is a prime example who's not niche max. He brings nothing special to the table. And in fact, on the day that I was recording this video at the uni, there's 9,000 guys that look exactly like Evan. He just looks like the most normal uni person who, is just middle down the road, nothing special about him. And if we now go to the ratings, this explains exactly why he didn't get any dates, because he brings nothing special to the table. He was all normie at best or sub 5 at worst. Women are either going to friend zone him or they're going to reject him. But now, if we contrast this to men's maxing, who is a bit more niche max, how many guys do you see looking like men's maxing? And it's not just because he's a Chad. I'm talking about the style and, the posing, the physique and everything like that. 0 women said that he was friend-worthy. It was one of two things. It was either, yes, he's exactly what I'm looking for. I would 100% date him. He's unreal, his physique, everything like that. Or it was a never. It was, no, he's an arrogant guy. I've seen guys like this before, and they're just so far up themselves. They think that they're better than everyone else. That's what the women were saying, the ones that categorised him as never. And the point is, the last thing I'm going to say on this slide is it's way better to have half women rating you as a 9 and half women rating you as a 1 than having every woman rating you as a 5. Men's maxing's got it right. You're not going to impress every woman, But having half the women think that you're really attractive to date and half of them hating you, that's way better than doing what Evan's done here and having all women say that you're normie at best. Number 4. There is zero correlation between how hot a woman is and how high her standards are. Take a look at these ratings. These ratings are the averages that each of the women gave out. These numbers are all over the place. And you guys watched the video. I'm not going to name any names here, but you guys all watched the video and you all knew who the more attractive women and the less attractive women were. And if you look at these ratings, there's no correlation between the more attractive women giving out lower ratings because their standards are higher and the less attractive women thinking, oh, that guy, yeah, he's got some flaws, but he looks like he's on my level, so I'm still going to give him a date. That didn't happen. Women, no matter what their own attractiveness are still all going to have the same high standards. They're all expecting perfection. So if you're one of these guys who's ever had this mindset, and I don't blame you because there's a lot of guys that have had this mindset, they think, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for the less attractive women because I've been approaching all of the attractive girls and maybe I'm not in their league, so I'm going to go for the less attractive, less desirable women and maybe they'll find me attractive. I'm going to go for the chubster, that's what I'm going to do. No. It doesn't work because even the unattractive women, nowadays a lot of them have sometimes as high standards as the attractive girls because once every man adopts that mindset of lowering their standards to the less desirable girls, then we're straight back to square one and that's what happens. Number 5. You're only as attractive as your worst feature. This is probably the most important point of the video, and this was evidenced exactly in this clip of our man Chris here. And I'm actually going to count. I'm going to count on my hands how many times you hear the woman describe him as being too old to date. Just watch.
Chris seems, again, like friendly, but he seems a bit older. Friend zone.
No, he's too old. He kind of reminds me of Channing Tatum, though.
Wrinkles might be a bit too much for me.
Yeah, he's old.
He looks a bit older, maybe 3. He looks a bit too old for me. Sorry, Chris.
He's so old, so like 4.
Chris is a bit too old for me. I'd probably just say friend zone. I'm not going to be horrible.
8 times. Chris got destroyed for one reason, despite being attractive for his age, and that was because all of the women said that he was too old. And this is why it's such an important, how you're only as attractive as your worst feature. Most women nowadays, they're looking for perfection. It doesn't matter about the 999 things that you bring to the table. They're still going to reject you for the one thing that you're missing. Most women nowadays, as soon as they see you, they will box you up. They'll box you up and reject you. Not for all of the things that you've got and, you know, maybe not hitting the standards, but for the one thing that you're missing. The one major flaw that you have. He's obese. He's short. He's too old. He's bald. He's got wrinkles. He lives with his parents. He doesn't drive. He's broke. Whatever it's going to be. She's going to have these reasons in her mind. And she might not necessarily say them out loud. And I'm going to get to that later in the video as another point. But that's what she's going to be thinking. And as soon as she sees the one thing that you don't have, she's going to reject you because of that and box you up. Number 6. And this ties in with the last one. The age pill is brutal. Watch this video.
And he seems a bit older, so I'm going to say friend zone.
He looks like he's got a bit of money. Don't like fetch hair.
Oh, he looks nice, a bit older, but he still looks good. But friend zone just because he's older.
Yeah, he looks a bit too old. Sorry. There you go.
He's like a dad age, just, yeah, so again, 2.
He looks like he works in a bank, networking. So friend zone.
Ian looks really nice, but again, he's a bit too old. Let's go friend zone.
Now, I'm so glad that we had Ian sign up for this service because he is the epitome of an example of the guy who has done everything right in his life. He is clearly well put together, he's got an attractive photo, is clearly professional, he's decent looking for his age, he's clearly wealthy as well. And even some of the girls picked up on that. They said that he was rich and he looks like a banker. They picked up on all of these positive qualities that he has. However, despite this, his average rating was still between a 3 or a 4. All of the women rejected him because he was too old. He didn't get any above average, let alone dates. And the reason I was so happy about having this guy sign up for the service and proving what I've been saying on this channel for the best part of the last 2.5 years is that because on the other side of this side of YouTube, you've got a lot of these other channels that are saying, yeah, just wait until you're 30, wait until you're 35, just work on your business, work on your physique, it's going to be great, and you're going to have women throwing themselves at you because you've reached the male advantage. Well, let me tell you, is this exactly proof? There's no such thing as a male advantage. And then some people are going to cope and they're going to be like, oh, these are just college girls, bro, they're too young, bro, what do they know? College girls are the prime women. These are the most attractive women that you're going to have opportunities with you. And as a best case scenario, if you're following the advice of these channels, and I know you watch these channels because I see it in my analytics. I know that you're watching these channels that say wait for 35 after you've built yourself up as a man. If you follow their advice, then at best case scenario, you're going to have some less attractive 30-year-old women who are just chasing you for the money. And even two of the women alluded to that in this clip. They said, he looks like a banker, he looks like the money, so, you know, he might be okay as a long-term, later down the line option because of that. You get the idea on this slide. Number 7. The reason women say they don't like you is never actually the real reason they don't like you. This is another one of my favourite points. Just watch what happens with this guy, Dan. You all know the elephant in the room for this one.
Dan looks really friendly. He looks a bit too old for me though, so I'd probably go stay away. I'm sorry.
No, facial hair is not for me.
He's got a lovely smile. I'll put him in the middle. Dan, oh, he looks friendly to be fair. I'll put him in the friend zone.
Facial hair's not really my thing, but he's got a nice smile. But
He looks like a nice guy, yeah. You can go friend zone.
One, I'm sorry.
He's too old. Like, he's, yeah, no.
Dan seems really happy, but not my type, so I'm gonna say.
This is abysmal. Now, just so I can make this point absolutely crystal clear, the translation of what these women should have said and what they really thought is, he's obese. That's what every single one of the women were thinking in their heads. Nothing else. This is one factor alone trumps all of the other flaws that he might have. It's just he's obese, and that's why I'm not attracted to him. But you notice instead, they'll say all of these other things. It's like, oh, he looks friendly, his smile, oh, his facial hair. He looks happy, he's a nice guy, oh, I'm going to friend zone him. But he's not my type. That's what the women said. And this happened time and time again in the video, that whatever the major flaw, if it's anything controversial, although she's 100% going to be thinking it in her mind, she won't say it out loud, especially not on camera, because she knows that it's not a polite thing to do. So instead, she will say one of these other cope reasons. Finally, moving on to number 8, and this kind of relates to the last one. Despite the reasons being BS, but the ratings were honest. So even for our man, Dan here, he got a lot of compliments. He got compliments on his smile, on his friendliness and stuff like that. But he still got a 3.1 out of 10 on average. So all of the things that they were saying don't mean a thing. And this is what I liked about the video. And this actually proves what I was saying all this time. All of you guys, before this video, have been proved wrong. All of you guys, for the last 2 years, in fact, have been telling me, women aren't going to tell the truth, bro. They're just going to say some inflated rating, and they're just going to avoid hurting your feelings, so it's pointless, bro. Well, if you want the truth, then it's right here for you in this video. The average man got a 3.7 out of 10. That tells you everything you need to know. If women were really going to inflate the ratings, then all of the guys would have got like 6s and 7s, but they didn't. So despite the reasons being BS, the ratings were honest. And this is why I think that the service is valuable. And this ties in perfectly. If you're still interested in getting this service and want to know the truth about how attractive women actually think you are, I'm sure a lot of you guys are fed up, frankly, about women lying to your face. And that's what they'll do to your face because, you know, they don't want to hurt your feelings in person. But if you get somebody else, a third party, to get the ratings for you, they're going to tell the truth. They're going to give honest ratings. I can't guarantee that the reasons will be truthful, but we all know the deep down true reasons, as I addressed in the previous slide. So if you're still interested in getting 10 university ratings at a reasonable price, then head down to the description. It'll be the first link there. There's 2 options. You can either be in the video or not be in the video, but it's slightly more expensive if you don't want to be in the video, because obviously I lose out on future ad revenue and getting future content for new sales and so on and so forth. But if you want to be in the next one and want to get 10 university ratings to finally know the truth about your attractiveness, then the link will be down in the description.